Stumnakaregi impios. And basically what that means is, that's notaricon. Notaricon is when you take a phrase and you drop a bunch of letters and you wind up with another phrase that's something else. Basically, it boils down to, it is just to annihilate impious rulers. It is just to annihilate impious, I-M-P-I-O-U-S, rulers.
One more time.
Just as in J-U-S-T.
I-M, like money, P-I-O-U-S, impious. It is just to annihilate
The emperors.
the presidents, emperors, Martin Luther Kings, whoever.
The Moorish emperors, huh?
Whoever. It doesn't matter. Now, I have this book that I meant to bring, and I got the correct title for you guys. I gave you the wrong title last year. It is called The Encyclopedia of Witchcraft and Demonology, because I said witchcraft and Satanism. Even though that's a scary title for Christian believers, it's only a history book. It tells you every single pope that did something, what year, what date, it just lays it all out. It's a history book and it gives you all the chronology.
Again,
The Encyclopedia of Witchcraft and Demonology by Robbins, R-O-B-B-I-N-S. You can get it on the internet. It has a black hardback cover. The Encyclopedia Robbins. Robbins. Like Robin Robbers. R-O-B-B-I-N-S. All right. And in that book, it says in no uncertain terms that Christianity is the Church of Rome. It does not say the religion of Rome. The exact sentence is, Christianity is the Church of Rome. Now, this new Rome, Christianity and Catholicism, you got to get insight where this is concerned, and that's what you're going to get today. These people were the Neanderthals, okay? Because originally that was just all of Western Asia, which people today call Europe. That's all it was. The Neanderthals, or Adam, or Captars, or the Almas, now these are titles for them when they were in their most furry, hairy state. And Caius Marius was a deformed type of guy. He was a horrible looking creature. He was deformed, very, very hairy. He looked like some kind of animal. And this is the only reason that I can think of that, you know how they keep saying that the Jews over there are supposed to be, or the Christians and the Masons are supposed to be protecting the tomb of Jesus from the Muslims or something like this? If you can entertain the fact and understand that it was Rome that is supposed to have crucified so-called Jesus, why would the Romans be over trying to protect his grave from Muslims? Unless the grave has something to do with the church itself, the wealth of the church, or they don't want anybody to dig that critter up.
You think he's buried there?
I don't even know, man. I'm sure he's buried someplace. I'm sure he's buried. In other words, as Neanderthals go, he fit the description. Oh yeah. Now, it goes on. I got to tell you this, and I'm gonna show you this as I go. To our people considered these people the most unteachable animal we had ever encountered or come up with. They were horrible. Okay? These people were filthy in body, word, thought, act, and deed. They were furious, raging, obscene. They were, and still are, cunning, malicious, treacherous, extremely vengeful, and they were insolent and abject. They were cruel and cowardly. They're the type of people that will attack from behind and attack when you're not looking, when you're not ready. So, what they were then was very bloodthirsty. Now, human empires of Europe, England, Britain, France, Sparta, which is really Scotland, or the European portion, let me not say that. Because remember, we were everywhere. We were the original everywhere, for lack of better words. But the human version of the people in these places and Ireland were deplorably filthy people to an extreme. The places that they lived in were extremely filthy places. I don't know how, most of their places were, do you know how brothers and sisters like space? And for example, Chinese people are used to being up, you know, everything's packed in. You know how we'll get a house or a Cadillac and you got your house and you want your yard? What do pink people always want to do? Put everybody in condos, together, stack you up high. They'll come and tear down, like they're doing this, what is it they call when they say the government can take your property?
Eminent domain.
Thank you. They're doing the eminent domain now on people's personal properties so that Rome and these other people can tear your stuff down and put up conglomerates of closed-knit housing. Because this is the way that they live and the way they like to live. We are like outdoorsy. We need room. But again, they found our ancestors just running through the forest. Everywhere was ours. We just went where we wanted to go. When it got cold, we moved. When the animals moved, we followed the food. We kept it moving. However, these people get kind of stuck in a rut and have gotten us to the point now where we're also stuck in the same rut. They may have a situation where they have 4-story property. It was against Christianity to bathe. That was against the religion. It was not, our people were bathers. And we were trying to teach them how to bathe, trying to teach them how to be clean. And we were making perfumes and oils and we were doing stuff and you could smell them coming from a good mile away. Matter of fact, they practiced something that they really enjoyed. A favorite pastime of Christians is something called cropophilia. Cropophilia. Let me write that down. Make sure I'm spelling this correctly here. Croprophilia. And you should turn to your dictionary and find that in there and look that up. Coprophilia. Huh? No. They worshipped filth. To the point, and this was a Christian practice. You know how I keep telling people, it's not possible for somebody melanated to be a Christian. That's not your thing. But you know, most of the people that you know that look like us are die-hard Christians today. You can't tell them anything. Everything about Christianity is completely anti everything your people are about. These people would do things. Remember how they used to have the chimney sweeps back in the day? It was all about chimney sweeps, and they always show you these real dirty little pink kids in movies that were chimney sweepers. These people, when they used the bathroom, especially if it was cold, they would go urinate and have their bowel movements in the chimneys. And that stuff just piled up and piled up and piled up, and they were lovers of dogs. Our people didn't do dogs. I mean, it's an amazement to me now how many brothers and sisters like dogs these days. Like, now when I say this word, don't get offended. The word means God. Niggas don't do dogs. As a matter of fact, they would use dogs to attack you and kill you, and they still use dogs on young brothers, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, especially in Africa, where they sick the dogs on them and won't let them fight. You know, take them out in the car, they'll let them out the car, let the dogs out. Dogs be wearing these brothers out, and these pink dudes got guns on these dudes can't fight, they're not allowed to run, they better not hit the dog, better not kick the dog, and then when they're done getting jumped on by the dog, the pink dudes come and jump on them too.
That goes on in New York now.
That goes on everywhere now, but a lot of our people seem to have forgotten, you know, what the deal is with these dogs. As a matter of fact, they like dogs so much, their dwelling places or living spaces smell to high heaven of dog and dog waste. Even the king court, King Charles was such a lover of dogs, you had better watch your step walking through his castle. It was just that kind of party. They had crap all over the floors. When they used to, you know, if they didn't have a chimney, like in these houses that are built up high, where there are no chimneys, they would use the bathroom either on the floor in a corner, or they'd go outside in the doorway or in the alleyway, or if they had a bucket, they would use the bathroom in a bucket. And in the morning, they would open the window and just dump the bucket out the window. And people walking by would